Tom Aspinall is the backup fighter for UFC 309 main event, weighed in at 254.8 pounds. Aspinall had intentions of going to the press conference on Thursday and asking a question or two, but apparently he was not allowed to do so.
Oh, you couldn't go even as a spectator? Is what you're saying?
Nope. Nope. Oh. They banned me.
As far as being a backup fighter, it doesn't look like Aspinall's services are needed. Both fighters made weight. John Jones is lighter than Stipe by 11 pounds.
237.6, the official weight for the champ, the native New Yorker, John Bones Jones.
Jones is lighter than his last appearance in the octagon. He weighed the same that Stipe does for his last fight against Cyril Gane. Against Gane, he weighed in at 248 pounds. First on the scales before everybody was Michael Chandler in the co-main event. 5 months ago, the UFC introduced new gloves. They spent a lot of time, money, and effort and made a whole big deal about creating these new gloves and introducing them, but now they're gone. Starting this weekend, they're going to go back to the old gloves.
Because there were a lot of complaints about... We originally created these gloves to stop eye pokes, and, you know, we had good intentions with them. They didn't work out. People weren't happy with them. So I actually made the decision, called our chief operating officer, Lawrence, and said, I'm switching the gloves. I want new the old gloves back. So,
is it going to be the old gloves moving forward now?
Yes.
And last one from me.
The new gloves are now the old gloves.
Okay.
Asked a couple of UFC fighters if they like the old ones versus the new ones. First, Tuko Tukas, UFC light heavyweight.
So in regards to the new gloves versus the old gloves, my UFC debut was at one of the last cards with the old gloves. And having been in the sport for so long, I've trained in the old gloves a lot because my teammates had given me gloves and I'd seen the gloves, etc. And but then the UFC sent me new gloves when I signed my last battle agreement. So I've trained in the new gloves. I much prefer the old gloves. I just feel like they're much more comfortable on the wrist. The strap system is much more tight and secures the wrist. The new gloves, I don't know who designed them, but me personally, they're not for me. They scratch your wrist, they don't offer support. They feel very like aerodynamic. There isn't much to the glove, but personally I feel like the old glove puts like all of the padding on the actual knuckles and doesn't waste it.
All right, I made this. They sent me the design when they are putting the fighters to try out. So I tried a little bit in training. I didn't like that much. I like the old school ones. You know, that one they sent me the one I fought for the 30 years UFC one, the 30 years. So I like the old school ones are my favorite, but the new ones, the way it says, it feels too tight in my fingers. I like the old school ones. Thank you.
Jones the last 10 years, Gustafsson decision, Glover decision, DC OSP, Smith decision, Santos split decision, Reyes loss. 10 years, 9 fights, 7 decisions. I think some of the critiques of John Jones are fair, but the slander might be getting a little bit out of hand. The way some people talk about him is like he's a bum. Nonetheless, Uncle Ive will probably take on Pereira next. Jones will probably retire with the belt. Aspinall will move on with his life and take on the winner of Gane versus Volkov.
I found a video a few months ago where he was in his living room and someone was talking about, you know, me and my legacy, and he was just like, my kids will never look back and look at me as an asshole. And I'll find the quote, but he said it I'll never forget the way I felt that day. I thought to myself, okay, you're another one of these fighters who hate me for no reason at all. And then when he called me, a bitch, I was just like, all right, it's clear that you don't respect me, and which is unfortunate because I've never had anything but respect for Stipe. I didn't make this stuff up. You never forget how you feel when you hear certain things, and animosity or not, I'm grateful that whenever I step into the cage, I can set all emotions to the side and focus on what is what. And that's skills, tactics, timing, having fun out there.
UFC 310, after Bilal Muhammad pulled out, people are wondering about the main event, if Shavkat will fight someone else. Is that still a plan, or is Pantoja versus Kai Asakura going to be the main event?
We'll announce tomorrow. It's going to be good.
Okay, thank you.
It does make you wonder, right? Like, is it really necessary? The UFC has a bit of a reputation for, maybe creating interim titles a little prematurely. This fight has the potential to really shake things up in the welterweight division. But yeah, it's all speculation at this point. We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Ian Gary is scheduled to fight Joaquin Buckley on December 14th, and Buckley's trying to squash any rumors that fight ain't happening. He posted this image and said a lot of fake news out there. So he maintains that Buck versus Cuck, December 14th in Tampa, is still on.
What's up, everybody? Over the course of the last year, I've been working on developing the best Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu program in the world. I am excited to announce that we've signed Mikey Musumeci to the first ever exclusive BJJ promotional agreement in the company's history. If you don't know, Mikey is considered by many to be the best BJJ player in the world, and he is a multiple-time world champion and unbeaten over the past 8 years at 135 pounds. This will be the first of many we will sign over the coming months. Mikey will make his Fight Pass Invitational debut against Felipe Machado live December 5th from Las Vegas at the Apex, and you can watch it live on UFC Fight Pass.
This fight will be at a catch weight of 165. Originally, it was supposed to be 155, but Yontop took this on short notice, so they're doing 165. Roofy's a huge favorite, 9-1 odds, so there's no point of even betting on this one. Same thing with Craig versus Nickel. No point on betting $2,000 on Nickel to win a nickel.
My picks. I like John Jones. It's hard to say, but Stipe could fucking get the job done. You never know. Age is undefeated, and it's as much as I want Mike Tyson, Jake Paul always leverages himself just right and gets what he wants somehow, some way.
I put my foot right here, take the leg, and just bring you up.
Yeah, I think you gotta do it fast.
You want it fast, or you tell me what you want?
I want it fast.
All right, you tell me what you want.
Oh, boy.
How you want me to pick you up?
Aggressively.
Ready? Tell me when. 1, 2, come on, Lar.
Oh my God.
There she is.
That's a great question. Thanks for asking it. I want to be remembered as a guy who came